Hello, my handsome ladies and gentlemen. This is Shmeaty, and in today's video, we've got a new move update. Yes, today, Monday, June 3rd, at the time of me recording this, Niantic did update the moves in the Season of Shared Skies. None of the move updates I deem to be particularly wild or meta-changing, but I did want to try one spicy one out, and that is Shadow Salamence getting access to fly. I picked up a couple good ones of these when it was back in Grunts a couple rotations ago. So I did want to try it out for you guys. I will say the results that I had with this team are largely not replicatable. This is probably not going to happen again. This is early season, and I did go on an 8-2 run here, but this is a very unbalanced team if you do try to play it out for yourself. Without further ado, let's get into it. Game number 1, and Shadow Empoleon's going to find an Altaria on lead. This is a very nice matchup for the Empoleon, as everything Altaria can throw is resisted. We're going to commit to throwing 8 Steel Wings and a Drill Peck here, as this is just before the Altaria is able to make a move. Drill Peck lands and does sizable damage onto the Altaria. They allow us to make another Drill Peck, and that's a big mistake, as now Altaria has to go down to shield to threaten a shield back. But off the back of that misplay, I'm now going to be able to commit one shield and Steel Wing this Altaria down before they're even able to make a second Sky attack to threaten my last shield. In comes a Greninja, but I have energy to threaten it. One Steel Wing and the Drill Peck is going to grab that Greninja shield, and I immediately switch in my Salamence. They're going to fire off a move onto my Salamence here, but I'm not going to shield it. It's a Hydro Cannon. That didn't look as if it wasn't very effective to me. But what else isn't gonna look like it's not very effective is this Draco Meteor. As a matter of fact, the game has to take a couple seconds just to process how much damage this is gonna do onto one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the league, and it's a CMP tie. They're gonna Focus Blast, but that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna let that through. Down goes my Salamence, but my Salamence has nearly taken out a Registeel with a not very effective move. In comes my Quagsire, and Aqua Tail is going to KO as they don't have any shields, and Greninja is so glassy that a second Aqua Tail will seal its fate as well. GG's. I don't know what it is about Monday, June 3rd, but apparently it is National Lead Altaria Day, because a second Altaria comes onto my screen. And I didn't think this thing was that popular, but hey, it is what it is. Very nice for my Empoleon to see. Same strategy as last time. 8 Steel Wings and a Drill Peck. And this is just before they get to a Sky attack. We're going to keep farming, but this Altaria doesn't make the same mistake as the last one. And they're going to fire off a Sky attack. But I have enough HP here that I'm willing to just tank this. They bring in an Annihilate, and I don't actually want to lose Switch, but it looks like I'm already dead, so that's not really an issue for me. I'm going to bring in my Salamence, build up a bunch of energy. That's enough energy for me. I'm going to bring in my Quagsire with the sole intention of tanking energy on it. They Shadow Ball. That forces me to throw my Aqua Tail sooner rather than later, but there's a problem. This Shadow Ball left me in perfect farm down range for the incoming Altaria. I die just as I get the Aqua Tail. And that's a problem because the super effective fast move pressure is tearing my Salamence apart. In comes the Skeledirge, and it all comes down to this. Did I live that Incinerate? I'm 1 away from 2 flies. I did live the Incinerate. I get to the second fly. Moment of truth. Does this KO the Skeledirge? It does! GG's. In the next game, it's going to be Shadow Empoleon finding a Swalot lead. And as we saw in a previous video, Shadow Empoleon has a very nice matchup up against Swalot, as nothing Swalot can do can hit for any more than double resisted damage. So we're in a nice spot. They're going to let the Hydro Cannon through, and they're going to fire off some energy, but we know that we can tank it. It's a gunk shot, and it does not do a lot of damage. We're able to get the full Steel Wing down before the Swalot's able to make another move, but here, in comes the Skeledirge, and I make a crucial mistake. Honestly, at this point, I should have switched. I should have thrown one Hydro Cannon and switched. And as we're going to see, even little mistakes like that can end up costing entire games. I'm going to bring in Quagsire, as I now have favorable alignment, or so I thought, and I'm going to Aqua Tail. They're going to go for the Disarming Voice bait, which gets called, but here's the problem. They were 1 Incinerate off another move, meaning that they can just Disarming Voice again, get my shield, and bring in their Azumarill in the back. I can't for the life of me allow my Salamence to see this Azumarill, so I'm going to Stone Edge. but I make an even worse play than before, get the Stone Edge and bring in the Salamence, and here if I shield I can very easily win this game. They would need to Ice Beam again, they would get KO'd by the Stone Edge. As you see, they're going to live on about 3 HP and they're going to live, farm me down. GG's, unfortunately I sold that one. At this point, this just has to be scripted. Empoleon picks up another good lead versus a Shadow Abomasnow, and they're going to bring in a Whiscash. I'm going to build up a little bit of energy, then switch into my Salamence. Everything the Whiscash can throw is resisted, however that Scald didn't look very resisted, and they got the now 30% Scald debuff chance. However, it doesn't matter, this Fly would still KO, so the Whiscash is forced to put up a shield, and at this point, you know what time it is. Get your bait called, loser. It's a Mud Bomb, and they're gonna Mud Bomb me again, but no. I'm gonna shield this one, and I'm committing to the Fly. This Fly will KO, and they're going to have to lose switch to a Shadow Salamence, a sentence I did not think I would ever be saying, even making this video. They're gonna bring in the Abomasnow, which is only gonna be met by Empoleon. In comes a Lantern, opponent knows their RPS, and they quit the match. Interesting amphibian in the next match. It's going to be, it's a Lickitung on the lead, and provided Empoleon can play this match out properly, it's a very nice matchup for the Empoleon. Either a shielded Power Whip or a no shielded Body Slam is the key to victory in this matchup. If you shield the Power Whip, which I'm going to do here, it allows Empoleon to farm down the Lickitung after one Hydro Cannon before they're able to make any more threatening energy. Very nice situation to be in as they bring in an Annihilate. However, Empoleon firing off Drill Peck number 1, 1 Steel Wing, and we're at Drill Peck number 2, knocking at your door. They're gonna have to give me both shields from this Annihilate, and we are in such a commanding position. I'm gonna bring in Quagsire, and the opponent is going to make a 5-head catch, catching this Aqua Tail onto their Gligar. I'm gonna show them the Salamence. It's just too base. They have to leave. GG's. Now, I think I speak for everyone in the Go Battle League community when I say we are sick and tired of this team. Yes, spoiler alert, it's going to be the Bastiodon, Shadow Victory Bell, Wigglytuff team that everybody hates. But for your viewing pleasure, I thought I'd leave in this game. So it's going to be Shadow Empoleon versus Bastiodon, and Shadow Empoleon crushes this team to pieces. They're going to be able to get off a Flamethrower here, but that's fine. I just farmed them all the way down, but unfortunately I'm quite low, so I have to undertap my Hydro Cannon. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get another onto this Wigglytuff. My Empoleon's done its job here. I'm going to bring in the Quagsire. They switch in the Victory Bell. Victory Bell doesn't know what to do with itself. It's going to get fully fast moved down. They throw an alignment, and that cannot be any more than a Leaf Blade, so we're going to let it through, and we have the Fly loaded for the Wigglytuff. This trainer desperately trying to play this match out, but it's just not going to happen. I get the Aqua Tail, and even with getting one turn, bring in this Aqua Tail is going to grab their shield. A second Aqua Tail is going to KO the Wigglytuff. GG's. We all hate this team. If you made it to this point in the video, thanks so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. And of course, as promised, there will be a whole lot more content coming up this season. I unfortunately started in the game a little late, not only in the season but in general, but I do intend on putting out a whole bunch of videos for you guys, maybe with potentially another move update Pokemon soon, as well as in a couple days we should all be getting our ELO reveals, which should be fun. Again, a word to the wise, not a team I recommend at all for your average everyday play. I'm just playing it because, bear in mind, we are in the beginning of the season, and it's kind of the Wild West in the beginning of the season. Sometimes you'll get regional tournament level players, and sometimes you'll get little Billy Bob, who it's his first Pokemon Go game ever, and he has like Eradicate and Obstagoon on the same team. Okay, all jokes aside, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and if you guys have any other new move update Pokemon that you'd like for me to try out, feel free to leave them down below in the comments, and I'll certainly be taking a look at those. All that being said, this has been Shmeaty. Thanks for watching.